So thrilled to have you here, Taelo Mojapelo, the CEO of BP South Africa. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, and I'm excited to be here. It's a lovely conference.
Could you just take us through how you're balancing the ongoing hydrocarbon activities with supporting South Africa's energy transition goals?
Yeah, thank you. Earlier today, I delivered a keynote speech and participated in a panel conversation on the Just Energy Transition Leadership Dialogue. And I spoke about what we call the energy trilemma. And this energy trilemma is really about providing energy that is secure. So ensuring that from a security of supply perspective, we lead in that space, providing energy that's affordable and making sure that our consumers can afford the energy. And the third one is really about the low carbon solutions. And this is where we have started working on making sure that we support the efforts around LNG, infrastructure build, as well as access, and some of the solar initiatives. I mean, we've recently installed quite a few solar panels on our retail sites as part of this initiative.
And what key initiatives is BP prioritizing in the downstream sector to align with South Africa's sustainability commitments?
Yeah.
And how are you positioning the company to support the transition towards cleaner energy solutions?
We have a three-pronged strategy locally in South Africa, and I'm sure you are aware, in 2020, BP announced a goal to be net zero by 2050. And so for us to support that, we locally developed a three-pronged strategy that is focused on ensuring a resilient hydrocarbon base, making sure that we have a strong supply operating model where we can bring in product, given the fact that we took a conscious decision to divest of refining, because that was one of the areas that we didn't believe was in line with our strategy and or could bring affordable energy to South Africa. The second one is really around our retail network. So in South Africa, we're largely a downstream business, and we've put a lot of effort and focus on, upgrading our retail offer, growing convenience, and we recently refreshed and relaunched a convenience offer along with a loyalty program, so an in-house loyalty program. And we've seen significant success in the last 3 to 4 months that we've actually launched it. And the third one for us is around, participating in the low carbon solutions that I spoke about a little earlier on, which is really around creating access for LNG as well as participating in solar where it commercially makes sense. Yeah.
And just following up on BP South Africa's sale of its interest in SAPREF earlier this year, what factors influenced this decision? And how does it align with the company's broader strategy for the energy transition?
Yeah. So if you look at the refinery as it existed, a couple of things actually precipitated the decision. The first one is the fact that when you look at what we call the Solomon Benchmark Index, which is a benchmarking index across all refineries globally, SAPREF was sitting in the fourth quartile of those benchmarks across various measures. So it wasn't efficient, not competitive, and really was not performing very well. Secondly, it was coming of age, and with South Africa being in a regulated market, it commercially was not viable for us to upgrade to clean fuels, to the Eurospec fuels, given the fact that the regulatory framework had not been finalized. And we're still at a point today where, we're working with the policymakers to try and finalize that. So taking those two factors into account, as well as the fact that we have a commitment as a global company to reduce our carbon emissions, we saw it fit to divest of this refinery to somebody else who may have different ambitions in refining.
So we're here at African Energy Week. How many editions have you participated in, and why have you chosen to participate again this year?
Yeah. This is our third year as BP participating in the Africa Energy Week, and we've seen significant value in participating. What's important about forums such as this is the thought leadership We get involved in various conversations. We actually get to learn what other people are doing. Africa is a vast continent with billions of people in there, and it's quite exciting and interesting to see what other markets are doing. I mean, in the sessions that I've just had now in the 3 days that we've been here, we've listened to, the work that Senegal's doing, the work that's going on in Angola, the work that's going on in Namibia. Yeah. So if you look along the coast, it's actually quite exciting. Yeah. And also on the East Coast, there's work that's taking place in Kenya. So it also enhances our knowledge and the conversations become a lot richer about what we should do next. And we found this very valuable. And we've returned this year as a platinum sponsor. And we do believe that there's value in continuing this partnership.
And what key outcomes are you looking to achieve this year at AEW?
Yeah. So for us as an organization, I think, would like to actually send our message about who we are as BP. We've been doing that, but also to learn about the latest trends, technology. I mean, I've listened and we've also heard information around AI, artificial intelligence in the upstream businesses, how we actually make sure that we, get a lot more efficient in how we do exploration and drilling, as well as the financing that's required to manage this transition. But it's quite clear that there's the intensity is growing, and we recognize that Africa's destiny lies in our hands as leaders and not anywhere else.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here today, and I hope you do have a fruitful week.
Thank you. Thank you, Miriam.